I'm Savannah Sky, and this is the Savannah Sky Show, of course. Today what I'm going to talk about is life after death. What do you think happens? I mean, do you believe in souls? Do you think that our soul is only used one time and then it just sits in heaven for the rest of forever? Or do you think that our soul comes back? Or do you think that, like, we get reincarnated into different animals or whatever? Do you think that whatever the Egyptians thought, where they thought you could take their things with them and things and whatever, like, what do you think? I don't know. Let's start way back in the day. The Egyptians. I think they're the most famous ones for having, like, a crazy, view of afterlife. But, I mean, with the whole mummification thing, but what really intrigues me about the Egyptians and afterlife is that they actually, like, thought they could take their, material items with them, if you will. I think that was very interesting because I don't think even if we are reincarnated that we could bring those things with us. I think that's something that each life, if we have lives, that we have to, like, earn those things, and that's the point of having lives, is that you learn the mistakes. Anyway, we'll get into that in a second. But the Egyptians, like, they would take extreme measures, pulling out their brains and, like, wrapping themselves, and some of them were, like, cemented in and into their tombs, and that stuff is, like, creepy a little bit, right? Could you imagine getting this thing shoved up your nose and twisted around and your brain being jerked out your nose after you die? I think that would be pretty crazy. Thank God that we have advanced as a species of human race, because it would be crazy if life was still like it was, 500 years ago. 5,000 years ago, 1,000,000 years ago. Like, life would be so much different if only one thing was different. It's crazy to think about. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about life after death. Another theory that I like is Hindu. And it's like reincarnation, but not only for reincarnation through people, but reincarnation through animals also. And, like, if you get turned into a caterpillar, it's because you did bad things. And if you get turned into a cow, then it's because you did wonderful things in your life. I think that's interesting. I don't necessarily believe in that one. Just like I don't necessarily believe in the Egyptian way of looking at afterlife. But, who am I to say that it's not right? I just don't necessarily believe it. But I think it's interesting still, though, to hear the theories and hear what they thought that many years ago and things like that. I think it's interesting. But reincarnation, I think that, I don't know where this one came from. Maybe it's something that I just invented in my head. Probably not. It probably is around, but if I did invent it, then woohoo, I'm awesome. But sometimes I think that maybe, like, people always have, like, deja vu, and they feel like they've been here before and they've met this person before, and, like, I don't know, sometimes maybe I feel like our souls, once we die, they go up to heaven or wherever, and then they come back down for another life into a new baby. And that's how come I feel every time someone dies there's a baby born, because that's what happens. I don't know. That's one of my theories. That's one of my personal theories. That's what I think might happen after you die. Another one, probably most famous, even more famous than the Egyptians, obviously, is dying and going to heaven for eternity. Which I love that theory, because my favorite part in the Bible of the description of heaven is the singing flowers. I think walking around on streets made of gold and listening to singing flowers and seeing all your loved ones and everything would just be so wonderful, and not feeling any pain. I mean, I think that's the most, like, cheery, version of what happens after life. I like that one the most. I think it's really interesting because who knows if it's real. I mean, maybe someone made that up to make their grandparent feel better, or their mother that was dying feel better. you know, about dying. You know, maybe it's all made up. Maybe everything is made up. How do we know? I don't know. What I do know is, though, well, actually what I do know is that I really don't know, like, anything. I mean, I know what I know, but that's it. I don't know what you know. I don't know what he knows. I don't know what she knows. I don't know what they know. I only know what I know. I think that's why I can talk so much about stuff, because I know what I know. Anyway, I was going to talk about something else also, but I have forgotten. Oh, yes. In one instance of life after death, I wonder if, like, sometimes I think, and I was just thinking one day that I wonder if maybe sometimes, like, if the theory of coming back as people, I wonder if the feelings of deja vu, or the feelings of, like, I've met this person before, I wonder if those are real. Like, in another life you actually have met that person. Or, like, in another life hundreds of years ago you were a warrior princess. Or, you know, something like that. Like, isn't that intense to think about? Do you ever think about that kind of thing? You should. It really widens your mind, I think. I encourage everyone to think about crazy things. Even if you think thinking about death is crazy, think about something happy then. Think about what you would do if you went to the moon. Think about the foods you would eat on a spaceship. Like, think about something crazy. I challenge you. I challenge every single person watching this show right now to think about something for 5 minutes today that's totally off the freaking wall. Something that is so bananas and so crazy that you would never even think to think it in your life, but you think it today because I challenged you. I wonder what I'll think about. I bet it's going to be really awesome. Maybe I'll make a show about it. Anyway, this show wasn't really teaching you nothing. I was just talking about life after death. Something that I'm interested in, something that I like to learn about. So if you know any awesome things about reincarnation or heaven or anything like that that I missed out on, or that you just want to tell me because you think I'll think it's cool, don't forget to tell me stuff that I think is cool, because I think a lot of stuff is cool. Also, don't forget to comment and tell me what you want. Obviously, you guys don't get it because I keep telling you to tell me what you want and nobody is telling me what they want. How am I supposed to make shows for people if nobody tells me what they want? I can't give you what I want, because if I gave you what I wanted, I would just put the thing up while I'm dancing around the living room, or put the thing up while I'm playing my guitar, or put the thing up while I'm freaking riding my four-wheeler or something. Like, it wouldn't be as fun as if you just told me what you wanted. So, do me a favor, do you a favor, so that way I don't do shows where I ramble on for 15 minutes like this. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the show. I know I did. Have a great day. God, I'm such a dork. This has been Savannah Sky with the Savannah Sky Show. Have a nice day.